we deepen into the theme of embracing possibility with these words from writer Milena Babic. She offers, "When I was little, I wanted to be a cashier. Now, almost 40 years later, I see how pure my wish was. It was free from expectations, evaluations, and pressure. It was what a child wanted before she was told what she was supposed to want and who she was supposed to strive to become. I wanted it to be a manifestation of who I was and not just something I did for a living. We so often measure how well we do in life, not by how much what we do is aligned with our values and beliefs, but by how we've been told our lives should play out. But is it how we want to live? Why do we stay bound to the choice we made at 18 or 25, forcing ourselves forward, even when every part of us resists? When it contradicts who we are and drains the color from our lives? For years, I thought I lacked determination, but what I really lacked was a willingness or courage to see who I was and to say out loud to myself and others that I wanted to take a different path." Thank you, Milena. Does that sound familiar to anyone here? Have you spent time trying to be who you thought others wanted, needed, or expected you to be? There's often a self-denial built into it, and it does something to deny the self. It has consequences, repercussions. Pleasing and pretending can form patterns and habits that are hard to depart from and hard to shift. Not impossible, but hard. What choices are we really bound to, and how do we want to live in this world? What is it that finally affirms our inner courageousness and prompts our bravely turning in a new direction? These are questions to hold in mind and heart as we consider together what it takes to let ourselves grow and change. There are many reasons that I believe it's important to cultivate this ability, allowing ourselves to grow and change. These are foremost in my mind. The first reason is that we are unique, and our uniqueness informs the whole. If I want to comprehend the great possibilities of humanity, then I need to know what makes you special, and you, and you, and you, to even begin to approach the us, the we, the transformative power of our collective being. We are creating the whole together. We are not all that we might be without your being all that you are, fully realized. Dr. Thurman put it well when he offered, "Do not ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and then go and do that, because what the world needs is people who have come alive." Take courage. Fulfill your destiny. Claim the life you were meant to lead. Take that deep bow to truth that is listening, practicing, changing, growing, and becoming your dream of yourself. Be who you are. Be all that you are. We need you. The second reason is that with our ways of being, we are making the world we inhabit. I know it doesn't feel that way. It's easy to believe that life is happening to us, and our government is happening to us, and climate change is happening to us. But hear these words from Buddhist monk Brother Thich Nhat Hanh. He offers, "The way we live our daily lives is what most affects the situation of the world. If we can change our daily lives, then we can change our governments, and we can change the world." Our president and our governments are us. They reflect our lifestyle and our way of thinking. The way we hold a cup of tea, pick up the newspaper, or even use toilet paper are directly related to peace. The first time I heard that, I thought, no chance, no how, no way, and Obama was the president. It still felt wrong to me and even a little judgy. Having lived with it a while, I am now convinced that Brother Tay, as he was known by those who loved him, does not intend to confer blame, judgment, or even responsibility. Rather, I think he hopes to reveal the depth of our interconnectivity, and that as we realize it, all the ways we are entwined and bound up with one another and with everything that lives, he hopes will be empowered by the realization. I often wake up feeling powerless these days. I read the news and I inevitably feel worse. By breakfast, I'm already feeling stuck, ready to get back in bed and hide under the covers. Anyone else? I have a duty to reflect on the patterns of thought that are mine, that are forming these feelings. I am responsible for my actions and my reactions. I am not my thoughts, but I determine my habits and patterns of thinking, and these give shape and structure to the world I inhabit and to the possibilities and limitations I perceive and understand are available to me. More on that next week. And the vital importance of imagination in determining what's possible. The third reason that letting ourselves grow and change matters is that it's what's happening. With and without our awareness, with and without our permission, we are growing and changing. It is the nature of being human and of being alive. Have you tried pretending that you're not growing and changing? Perhaps there's a piece of clothing from another era of you, holding it in your hands. You can remember being the person that wore it, and maybe you can even feel how you are still that person, but then when you try it on, it doesn't fit like it once did, or you don't move like you used to. It just doesn't feel like you anymore. Our human relationships are another way our ever-changing selves might be revealed to us. Have you met up with an old friend and found you just didn't fit with one another anymore? Have you tried pleasing and pretending to be other than yourself and felt that inner incongruity, that lack of authenticity? It's like holding your breath. You can only do it a very short while. It quickly becomes uncomfortable and then impossible. It might be the hardest to let ourselves grow and change when we know in our hearts that doing so will force an ending. Becoming and being who you truly are may mean leaving a job, a community, a relationship, or an identity behind. And it's perfectly natural to be afraid of our own changing. It may require a great leap of faith, but I believe it is still worth doing, becoming the people we are meant to be. Living into your dream of yourself will allow and encourage our collective ability to live into our dreams for society and our dreams for the future of the shared world we inhabit and carry stewardship for. There is something eternal in you, something unchanging in the midst of constant evolution. When you know yourself well enough to know what of you is unchanging, then the rest of you, always in motion, continually becoming, is somehow easier to accept. It's a process. It takes practice. As you engage with it, I invite you to carry these words that have long encouraged my own self-knowledge and continued growth and change. This is a treasured quote. I've kept this in many notebooks for years and years, tacked it to walls, tucked it in drawers. The story that goes along with it is that Martha Graham and Agnes DeMille, two incredible modern dancers and choreographers, were sitting down to coffee at a diner in the East Village. The musical Oklahoma, choreographed by Ms. DeMille, had premiered to rave reviews. But instead of feeling joyful or celebrated, she felt emptied out by it. She didn't love her own work the way others loved it. So she was struggling to trust herself and to try and make something new. So Agnes turned to her friend Martha for support, for clarity, and for encouragement. Here's what Martha Graham told Agnes DeMille that day. There is a vitality, a life force, an energy, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And because there is only one of you in all of time, this expression is unique. And if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium, and it will be lost. The world will not have it. It is not your business to determine how good it is, nor how valuable, nor how it compares with other expressions. It is your business to keep it yours, clearly and directly, to keep the channel open. You do not even have to believe in yourself or your work. You have to keep yourself open and aware to the urges that motivate you. Keep the channel open. May we embrace ourselves and one another in the ongoing work of growth and change. May we become the people we are meant to be, alive in the world we've made collectively with our sweat, determination, self-knowledge, creativity, habits, patterns, and love of possibility. May it be so. Amen, amen, ashe.